sanctuary of Delphi is probably the most extraordinary of all ancient Greek sites. Delphi amazes all who visit it. This place is the center of the world. The ancient Greeks called it the omphalos, which means the navel of the earth. Zeus, the father of the gods, wanted to find the center of the universe, so he sent two eagles flying from the opposite ends of the universe, and the place where they met was Delphi.
Welcome to Delphi, Indiana, where our storied past is fueling a stellar future.
Whenever and wherever human beings endure suffering and humiliation, sometimes we must interfere. When human lives are in danger, when human dignity is in jeopardy, wherever men or women are persecuted, that place must, at that moment, become the center of the universe.
No,
Conspiracy.
I'm going to go on the record right now and say that they are trying to kill Rick Allen.
Yeah.
They want him to die.
Yeah.
It's like always like in and out, in and out. They don't want us to see
Because
it.
he's my size. Chains and collars and leashes all over.
It's all about optics. You don't have all of those people around Rick Allen because they want to keep everybody else safe. They don't want us to see Rick Allen. They don't want us to look at Rick Allen. They don't want us to see his face and his eyes. Remember when he came in June and he was all doped up and he was dissociative and he was experiencing psychosis from being tortured and starved and sleep deprived and probably withheld his medication. All of these things that they were doing to him so that he would show up looking like a zombie and couldn't protest or assist in his defense. Guess what? The eyes of the world are on them. They're not allowed to do that to him anymore. And they have tried to break him. And Rick Allen, he's not going to break. Look he has done a year in solitary confinement. A year.
Yeah, he's on the upside of things. Like if he's still alive, he's getting better every day.
His attorneys get thrown off the case and he turns to his wife and he says, it's okay. You didn't break him. You're not going to break him. He's not guilty. Whatever they're trying to do, you're hip to it. It is not going to happen.
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge has basically taken away their defense?
Am I the only person in the world talking about attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline?
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge has basically taken away their defense? Taken away their defense.
Like, am I in crazy? 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 Like, am I in crazy?
Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Talking about attacking the timeline.
The consensus has been challenge the timeline of the murders. Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Happy Scary Sunday. Muted, echoed. Hey, What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Sunday. I'm in a weird mood. How's everybody feeling? Who is the drifter? That was me. That was me driving. Who do we have here? Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. All right. Thomas Scott. Hey, Thomas. Judge Jessica. Judy. DB. I'm going to go fast through everybody's names tonight because I'm trying to like be more time efficient. Hi, Ems. Oh, good. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Criminal Network. Hey, Darlene. Tammy. Granny.
Attack the timeline.
I must.
I've been saying it for months.
Amazing. Amazing. Nothing but talent. We're just very talented on this side of the internet, I feel like. Woman. Okay. Oh my gosh. Koala the best. Thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. That is so generous and so sweet. And I hope that whoever got them, Miko's probably not here. Miko probably missed the train again. Oh well. Hey Jancy. Yes, thank you. Hi Holly. 3 soups and honey bun. What the fuck? Hey Fiend. Woman. Do we think the big media will cover jury selection? I think they'll try. Yeah, DB's not a member. He realized that the other night when he was on a members only stream, he couldn't see the chat. The only Boone I like is Boone Farm. How dare you? Boone and I went for a long walk. Will he bother and demand midstream something? Probably. Hey, Michael, post-punk mama. Criminal Network is scalping tickets if anybody's interested. He'll be out front, the Allen County Courthouse tomorrow. Let's see. Delphi. Hey, Ems. Yeah, what did y'all think of that? So, kind of spooky, like everything in this case. I'm going to come back and say hi to the rest of y'all in a minute. But so, I had that Elie Wiesel Nobel Peace Prize speech stuck in my head. I've had that in my head for a long time, for like weeks and weeks now. And yeah, so he's on gabapentin. He's zooted. He's happy. He just he has a tiny little bladder. He likes to go for walks, and so, but he's sleeping now. So hopefully, you know, we'll get some. We're gonna talk about this, DB. Okay. I've had that Elie Wiesel quote in my head about how, like, anywhere people are persecuted, that place, we have to make that the center of the universe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a good, like, I don't know, thing to have in mind. Like Delphi, a lot of people are like, you're not even from here. Why do you care? Why are you covering it? Well, because it's important, and because it could be any of us, and because due process matters and our rights matter. And I think that we're watching something really scary, you know, unfold. So I put it in a video, and then someone sent me something today, and I realized that Delphi, the ancient Greeks literally considered it the center of the universe. And I was like, well, that's spooky and weird. So I don't know what that means. I'm not going to think about it too hard, but it's pretty fitting, right? Given everything we've seen and how they conduct themselves and whatnot. Yes, we are all Richard Allen. Yes, some would say it's the center of the planet, the whole planet. Hey, Peggy. All right. So jury selection begins tomorrow in Allen County. in the morning. I believe I was told from media reports I've been watching, apparently, like, they're going to have probably 100 jurors they're going to be picking from. And Judge Gohl is under the impression that they can complete this in 2 days. So we'll see. Nope, this one. But what I really wanted to talk about tonight was like a recap, basically, of how we got here. And when I say we, I mean, I like it. All of us. Obviously, if you're on this stream, there's, pretty small channel, but a lot of people have been following this channel for like 3 years now, and pretty consistent viewers and people that chat with us and tweet with us, and a nice little gang we got, gang cult, whatever you want to call it. We've been through a lot. We've been through some shit, and I can't really believe that we're here, that it's here, that the trial is happening. It's been kind of a bummer, to say the least. It's like the understatement of the century, but I would have bet $1 million. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. I would have bet $1 million a year ago that by now, by the time the trial started, that we would have cameras and that it would be streaming and that we would all be able to bear witness to it. And I know a lot of our friends in here share with me in the kind of frustration and feeling demoralized and feeling frustrated and wondering what the fuck the media has been doing for 2 years. However, I'm really proud of the independent investigative reporters and the independent researchers and citizen sleuths and everybody that's in here, because it's been a pretty remarkable journey. I mean, I still can't get Bob Segal to tweet me back, but a couple people in here were with us almost a year ago at Groundswell before the Indiana State House, trying to basically force the Supreme Court to do the right thing and remove the judge, and that obviously didn't happen, and here we are. It is an enormous drag that the people cannot witness the trial. And the frustrating thing about it is the intention behind it. I cannot believe that they're going to privacy fence the courthouse from the public. Dennis, I'm with you. I can't, but I can. I just can't believe that they're getting away with it. Post-Punk Mama says, oh my God, it's been a year since Groundswell. I love you, Elle. Carroll County doesn't want your opinion. They want your money. Mm-hmm. True. So we're going to go through some of the tweets today. Not like to throw any media in particular under the bus, but because there's some really good resources, and it's like a really good timeline of all the work that I feel like my friends, our friends in here have done. Remarkable work. I mean, a year ago, we didn't know who All Eyes was. Can anybody imagine what life was like before we had All Eyes CCS? Like, I can't. So, yeah. I've never seen anything like that before. The only time I saw anything remotely similar was a family in Brooklyn. We were looking out over the Brooklyn, one of the courthouses where they were having the El Chapo trial. The closest thing I've ever seen to what they're doing in Carroll County was the security links for El Chapo's trial. And they didn't even have a privacy fence for that. They just had like certain areas blocked off. So we talked a little bit the other night about paranoia, the paranoia of the court and the paranoia of law enforcement. And we're just going to continue to see it throughout the trial. But I want us to be like really careful because in the Karen Reed case, they had a buffer zone. So protesters, peaceful protesters, couldn't be within a certain distance from the courthouse square, I guess. But they could see, right? So the reason I wanted to play that clip was because remember a year and a half ago when they brought Rick Allen into the courthouse, shackled like, cattle, as if he were literally like Hannibal Lecter. This is true, Don. And the reality is that Rick was never a danger. He's not a dangerous man. He's tiny. But they shuffle that guy in and out so quickly. They don't want us to see him. They don't want us to see him. They don't want us to humanize him. They don't want us to see him as a person. I think they want to scare the jurors, personally. They keep talking about how the due process gang is intimidating jurors. Hey, Christine. The reality is you're creating an environment where jurors are going to be walking into Chelsea says, I want to bring a sign that says geofence, like when people bring defense signs to football games. You won't get arrested. You won't get arrested. There's too many of us. But I think that we all need to be really careful. We don't need to be antagonizing. We don't need to be instigating. We don't need to give anybody any reason to say, oh, look, they're just like we told you they are. They're crazy. They're terrorists. They're bullies. $4 million is a lot of money. Don't they have underground parking at the courthouse? I don't think so. Absolutely. Hey, Pebbles. Hope they don't plant people to act out. They might. We know that they do that online. Why the privacy fence? Do they think something's going to happen besides the fact that they don't want us to see him? It's making me more anxious. They're trying, remember what we talked about the other night, Judy? I believe they're trying to, hey, Kayla. Yeah, they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do. This is all my opinion. But from what we've seen for 2 years, the lengths that the prosecution and the state have gone to keep this case hidden from the public is unlike anything that I've ever seen, that y'all have ever seen. It's unlike anything we'll hopefully ever see again. I hope this never happens again to anyone. They don't want people in court to see their cars getting towed. Yeah, they definitely want, they are so obsessed with this idea that, I mean, think of how much the state has benefited from framing the public as bloodlusting, unstable, crazy people. You know, they were able to literally move Rick into safekeeping, into prison, with no evidence of any threat against him except for the fact that they convinced a judge who is equally as paranoid as the rest of them that the public could not be trusted and that they were going to tear the doors of the jail down to get to this Rick Allen animal. And the reality is that's not true. Judge Gull has benefited from framing the public as untrustworthy. But the state is just Indiana. It's a state. Breaking. You cannot park within 12 miles of the courthouse. All parties must apparate there via port key located at the nearest ruin circle. I thought you were serious for a second, Feed. I'm 62 and I've never seen anything like this. Delphi is such a scary place. The state couldn't be talking about the government as a whole. Well, it doesn't include Carroll County, apparently. It doesn't include the county or the court employees. Wonder what Diener was so scared of. I've thought about that. Actually, I was kind of like ruminating about this last night because of how quickly he resigned. Not just how quickly he recused himself from the case, but how quickly he resigned. Hi, Miku. Hey, Ange. Just got home from a billion hours of family photos. Welcome. Hey, Ange, it sucks. There really is no recourse for the general public to hold Gull and Co. to account. They do what they please with zero consequences. Ooh, your picture is spooky. I like it. Yeah, he was scared of this. Diener was terribly afraid, just shaken at the thought of mild criticism. Well, look how the media in Indiana handles mild criticism. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You're the media. You can handle a little criticism. We're gonna talk. Let's pull it up, Fiend. So let's talk about what the media has been doing for the past 18 months. And if anyone talks to Bob Segal, tell him that I am very patiently waiting for him to answer my very polite question that he's been ignoring. He wants to bicker back and forth with Fiend and DB all day, but he can't answer my question about a story that he reported on. I missed having you rant to me while I do homework. I'll start ranting soon, I'm sure. I'm just finding my footing. Diener was allegedly the subject of an investigation. I heard that too. Y'all are funny. I'm getting distracted. Hold on. All right. You'll see that? So not gonna drag anybody, but I saw some stuff. So I'm gonna share this link right now. This is a tweet that I made earlier, just kind of talking about how the legacy media has failed. True crime community and independent investigative reporters who fought for transparency and access came together to safeguard due process. And then I did a thread with basically a bunch of resources for anyone interested in following the trial. We have All Eyes Hub. We have the DelphiJustice.com that Luke created. We have the Delphi Docs Reddit page, which is great. Sleuthy, this is the IDOC timeline that we made. Sleuthy Goosey's Resource Hub. There's another, there's a bunch here. So let me share this first. Y'all can, I don't know, copy and pasta these somewhere. I guess I'll make a post after the fact with all of them. But where is trying to figure out where to start. I guess I'll just go to yours, Fiend. I feel like yours is where all the hubbubaloo starts. This is Fiend's Twitter, everybody. Definitely go follow him. He's a great resource. He's also something. But here's what happens when you try and gently push on the media to just do the thing and report the thing. Here's DB's Twitter. Also follow DB. Just don't too many people follow him, because if he gets more followers than me, I'm going to scream. The legacy media has bent the knee to the state. For instance, Popsicle inviting everyone to WTHR's website to look at the trial budget. It wasn't anywhere to be found, so I emailed him. He responded and told me he wasn't actually going to share it anymore. DB got clapped by Bub. He didn't get clapped. He tried to clap. Bob says, why didn't we publish the docs from the auditor? Because they contain info that was supposed to be redacted. Oh, wait. He says there's 3 here. How do I thread? Here he goes. Wasn't going to share it anymore. If you're going to include me on your media bashing tour, I know that's all the rage nowadays. So this is, by the way, this is a brand of older adult who likes to bitch and whine about how young people are just, you know the type. Media bashing. Imagine being the media and having a problem with people criticizing the media. Anyway, at least get your facts right, DB. God. Here's my actual email so your followers can see what you left out and how you twisted my statements. That seems like a little leaky. Where's his part 2? This guy's all over the place. That's 1 out of 2. Where's 2 out of 2, Bob? Is there a 2 out of 2? All right, well, I can't find it, but he said, oh, here it is. WTHR did not invite everyone to the website to look at the trial budget. We told our viewers that we published a lot more detailed breakdown of trial costs compared to what we broadcast on air. It is there still. We didn't tell people the documents would be there. You did. DB, is that true? Oh, God. Refresh, I just replied. Okay, let's see. What do we got? I'm really bad at navigating, but thanks for sharing your response to my email to you faster than you shared. Okay, so, all right. He didn't like that DB called him out and said, basically, the media got access. They were provided a spreadsheet of sorts from the Carroll County auditor. They reported on it, and they said, go to our website, and you'll find the detailed budget there. And then when you go to their website, it's not there. And so a lot of people, DB one of them, reached out and said, hey, man, what the fuck? What's the deal? And they were like, oh, we decided not to publish it because it contained ex parte stuff. Okay. But why did they give it to you then? If you're the media, the state just leaked an ex parte document to you and you're going to half report on it? Why isn't the story, hey, the state just leaked an ex parte document to us with like, why is that not the story? So he's all kinds of mad. So obviously we can't have Bob Segal bullying our mans, collective mans. This gets a little bit confusing for me to follow. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find, where do I chime in? Why can't I find it? Oh, here it is. Thanks for sharing my email response to you faster than you shared Judge Gull's email. I'm sure your response to me is truly newsworthy. When I watched your segment, I see a very long list of items and 3 reports you showed on screen. I assumed you were going to share those. Nah. So here's me, little old me, trying to deflect. Hey, Bob, you and another WTHR reporter attended the peaceful groundswell demonstration that concerned citizens held at the Indiana State House last year in November 2023, where we gathered in solidarity against the actions of Judge Gull and the state of Indiana in the Delphi case. Was this ever reported on? Here, I'll send this thread. I don't know how to work a thread, but here's the thread. I just copied the first link I found. Right? And now, I've been known to get a little mouthy from time to time, and I've been really trying to quell that because I think it can be a little bit unnecessarily divisive. I thought this was a very nice question. I said a demonstration of 15 to 25 citizens on a Monday morning might not be exactly newsworthy, but given the amount of time that WTHR spent with us there that day, they spent like an hour or 2 with us, even asking us to gather for an on-camera interview, all 15 of us. Given the historic writ that served as the backdrop for our demonstration, it is confusing why there wasn't a word of reporting that night by WTHR or other media. Can you see why the public might feel confused, exasperated, and entirely distrusting and disheartened in giving the mainstream media the benefit of the doubt here? That's Bob at Groundswell with his media credentials and his cameraman walking with us. These photos were taken by people stalking us, by the way. There he is. This feels like something that the media should report on. To see so many legacy media reporters taking the righteous anger and exasperation of the public, citizens, and twisting and personalizing our words, lashing out on public Twitter accounts as the media, being defensive and obstinate instead of inquisitive or curious has truly been bizarre. You know who didn't do that? Donnie. Donnie was maybe immediately a little taken aback, but then he was inquisitive. And he's been reporting well ever since. Yes, Australia, that was us. Right. There's no more detail on the website. It's just clearly they were going to provide more details on the website and they decided not to. The way that independent investigative reporters and citizen sleuths have been maligned and dehumanized by the state and the mainstream media in this case has been astounding. And while WTHR get to pick and choose safely behind the closed doors of their fucking little media buildings and offices what they're allowed to report on, what ISP. Yeah, you did, DB. I have no comment on that. What ISP in their closed door meeting tells the media to report on. The rest of us, independent journalists, activists, and concerned citizens, have been stalked, harassed, retaliated against, and had our very lives put at risk because we dared ask what's really going on in Indiana. You and other legacy media are correct. We are not the same. There's me and Fiend being fucking stalked at Groundswell, chilling. There were some photographers there who sent some of us an album's worth of pictures. Who's some of us? You know who you are. There's me in court, chilling, freezing our little butts off. There's all of us. Just exercising our First Amendment, peacefully, being cold, being cute. Hey, Bob, go fish. Who here thinks that Bob's going to go fish and figure out what the fuck this is? Estrella, I don't know who is taking these pictures. Who knows? Creepy stalkers. Two hours later, not a word. Bob's been too busy fighting with Fiend and DB about what constitutes the state. Let's go see what Bob has to say about what the state is. State versus county, Bob, tell us. I wasn't going to do this tonight, but he pissed me off. Fucking pissed me off, Bob. Now you're getting clapped. Oh, God. Look, we got Cat. Cat has gotten in the ring now. While I appreciate you, is it okay that I'm doing this? While I appreciate you answering your own question, I do have a follow-up. If that's the case, why'd you say you were going to publish them? I'm assuming that meant at one point you thought publishing it was the right thing to do. What changed? That to me was a very, very measured, appropriate response. Bob says, it's clear you didn't actually watch the segment that you're complaining about, DB. He do complain. He do like to do a complain. Super Sleuthy, this is a reporter with the mainstream media. Bob Segal on the screen. I will link it. It's the Bob Clevening. Never said we published them. I said if you want to see a more detailed breakdown, we got that. Can't continue to debate this with you if you don't get it. Is this the more detailed breakdown? Look, that's it. Come on, Bob. I don't know where the county... Was that on your thread, Fiend? We all know how much I watch this segments. DV watches segments over and over and over. This is WTHR. I'm not sure what channel it is locally. Super Sleuthy. I'll link you his Twitter. Oops. I'm reluctant to even do this because I fucking hate this channel, but that's the channel that he's with. Don't follow it. Follow us. Man, the state leaking unredacted ex parte filings almost sounds like a news story. I'll give the local reporters one thing. They're accidentally leaking these things we never otherwise know. First Donnie with the secret meeting, and now that it's hard to keep so many things secret. Leaking? Why is everything a conspiracy? What is it with fucking boomers? I guess he's not a boomer, but like you old people, they use the word conspiracy. Like nobody's talking about a conspiracy but you paranoid weirdos. There's so many weirdos in Indiana. Here's me getting ignored like always. Are you going to respond to my questions? No, definitely not. You're just going to argue with my friends? Yes. Your exact words were, the spreadsheets we obtained include information that was filed on an ex parte basis. They contain info that was supposed to be redacted. You're not the only one that got them. I guess you can call it something else if you want. Where's the rest of this? What's the conspiracy here? Someone explain it to me. The state gave out ex parte information that they were not supposed to give out. That's a fact directly from Bob. The media is also not reporting on that fact. It was a big story last time the state did it. The state is the prosecutor, okay? Judy, we love boomers. I don't even mean boomer, like age group boomers. There's just a certain personality that I'm assigning. I need to think of a better word for it. Because we love the cool boomers like Judy. The state is the prosecutor. His staff and law enforcement working on the case. DB, write that down, okay? You didn't know that before. This is what the state is. They represent the state. This error was by a clerk in the auditor's office. Not to say the state leaked this info is not what we found in our news gathering. Not everyone who works for Carroll County is the state. Oh my God. My God. Which kind of pissed me off because how many times have these poor fucking clerks gotten thrown under the bus by assholes? Like Gull throwing Sharon under the bus a million times for no reason. I mean, not for no reason. Why did they say news gathering? Why don't they say reporting? Probably because they know that would be dishonest. Once again, hardworking underpaid court staff are served up on a silver platter as a sacrifice to the mighty state. If you think for one moment the report was shared without the explicit permission, blessing of the prosecutor, aka the state, I got a bridge to sell ya. He says, gotcha. We're going to quibble on state versus county. The government did it then again. This is what they're reporting on. Meanwhile, I can't get a text back, Bob. Come on. I already knew the answer, though. The answer was no. Bob and WTHR did attend Groundswell. They interviewed us. They gathered all 15 or 20 of us around in the cold with our signs in front of their cameras, asked us pointed questions, and we answered them. And the story died there. Kayla, we love you. You're cool. We're not going to group all the boomers together. I don't even think Bob is a boomer. I rescind that. It was a wrong word. I'll think of a better one. This is very, very concerning. The state of reporting in Indiana is very concerning. The fact that the reporters are fighting with the public because they don't like that they're being called out for not doing enough. Thank God. I'm running out of shit to say. I think boomer just means old man yells at cloud energy. Yeah, that's what I mean by it. Well, but at least be teachable. Wow. You look so fancy.
How are you doing?
Do you want the real answer?
No, that's okay. I think I already know.
Okay. How are you doing?
Same. I did want to just say something really quick. Just for Bob.
Sure.
Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm a coastal liberal elite. I don't want to be that person. Right? But for me, and I think a lot of people in this community, my wig. Oh my fucking God. I did forget my wig. Oh. In this community, I think when we say state, just know that when I say it, at least, I'm talking about the government. Because in this country, we have a thing called the Bill of Rights, right? And it says, we the people, right? Now, I'm not no libertarian. I'm not no both sides rule of law, castle doctrine, cucklord, okay? But I do believe in we the people. And I believe in the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights was constructed after the U.S. Constitution. Their amendments. After the Constitution was signed, they said, wow, there's some shit we left off of here that I think is important to add. You would say libertarian. My bad, dog. Yo, my bad. No, you a real one. My bad. You could come in. Actually, you know what? You were probably a good person on this topic too about the state, because I was saying that because of libertarians often talk about the state. They conglomerate them, right? Yeah, odd structure. The government is the state. Dude, like, I was like, my privilege slapped me in the face when I read that. I was like, is this something that, like, wait, is this a thing that I'm not aware of? Like, that people don't, like, you think if we were talking about the state of the Indiana, if Indiana writes you a check and it says the state of Indiana is your employer, you're the state. What? So, yeah, the Bill of Rights. You know, we the people is just the first three letters. Or, sorry, the first three words, right? But it's everything, because there's two parties, right? There's the people and the state. And so if you're not the people, if you're not acting as the people, you're the state. Next time, call the Commonwealth and see how he reacts. He would be like, oh. Yeah. USA Libertarian, thank you. I knew you'd be better on this topic. The state is from the 1700s discussions of government. County versus state versus federal jurisdictions is a different context, of course. But for me, and for a lot of people, you know, when I go and I wax poetic and get on my soapbox about the government and what they do to people, and I maybe tell you a story about somebody who's wrongfully convicted, I call it the state. Guess what? It could be any state. It could be the county auditor. It could be the county sheriff. Because the county sheriff is the state. A deputy is the state. They're the government. Sure. And, you know, I get that some people might say the state and they're talking about the state of Indiana. And sometimes I am. Sometimes Fiend is talking about Indiana. Sometimes Andrew's talking about Indiana. But you didn't realize that right then? And state refers to the government interest in trials. Yeah. It says the state.
Why would a journalist and reporter feel the need to differentiate in this context? It feels confusing to me. Why do you think?
Because I think what happened was he said, look at these uncultured internet trolls. What a bunch of dorks. Hey, guess what, bro? I know you don't, really read your replies on Twitter a lot, probably. But a lot of people in Indiana aren't really coming at you. Well, that's for sure. No one does. I'm just kidding. But, go look at the mentions for, I don't know, the Baltimore County DA's office in, after Freddie Gray got killed. Where's that in New York City? Oh my God. No, it's not. Yeah, go look at go look at the county DA's mentions on Twitter after Tamir Rice. You know, there's people out there that are more educated than the media, buddy. And you didn't have to serve anyone up a civics lesson. Okay? Especially not Fiend. And I'm not protecting Fiend. Fuck Fiend. We all know how I feel about that guy. But yeah, Breonna Taylor. Go look at the mentions for the fucking Kentucky Attorney General's office and the police union. You're not seeing just a bunch of people saying gibberish. There are some fucking extremely well-educated people that happen to share their beliefs in a very poignant way on social media. And I don't know, I'm not saying I'm that person, but I'm saying you were about to, you thought that's how your clapback was so bad. It said a lot more about you than I could have ever said about Fiend. That is pathetic. And that's all I got to say about that.
Groundswell was November 27th, 2023. It's very confusing. So I guess my theory on why the media behaves like this is because I think that they are afraid of losing access. I think that they don't want to lose their invitation to the secret meetings held by ISP. They don't want to lose their access to the trial that is now VIP, invite only. If you're not on the shit list of the judge, you might get in. And that is like a problem, because that means that who do we trust to hold the state to account if we can't trust the media? Who is going to do it? DB. What's the point of having access if they don't report it? Exactly. They have access, they have secret meetings, and then what happens? We don't hear about it until we get one.
Well, Bob will tell you about this email he sent me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He'll send you that email real quick. He'll tweet that out. But he doesn't think that reporting on that is newsworthy. Okay, you want to see newsworthy? What about this? Everybody, welcome Truth and Transparency. What up, Lana?
Hi,
Lana. Don't get arrested stealing mums.
You know what? I thought I wanted one for my car, but you guys, nobody's out here. It's so peaceful.
Wow,
this is my bed right here. Look at it. It's so beautiful.
It is hilarious that you're there right now, just filming. It's almost like the public is not dangerous.
You guys, the public's totally not dangerous. I told the community I was taking a pee earlier, but it was just this.
Lana got this really cool shot earlier. She just happened to like pan her cold little body towards the courthouse, and it must have been like 8 o'clock on the dot or something. It was like, and all the lights went on. It was like they did it just for her. It was awesome.
You know what? I paid him a lot of money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I donated.
True. So, what are the vibes? What are the vibes? What are you feeling?
This place is honestly, these people, they're so nice. They're like, if anybody's down here, I recommend going to the Hoppy Gnome. I don't know what's going on, but that's the loudest it's been. There's nobody. It's so clean. It's so nice. It's like, I don't know if it's like the calm before the storm, but nobody knows about the case here, man. Nobody knows about this.
That's actually pretty encouraging, to be honest.
It is. And that's what my friend said, that if you could ever want people in Indiana to be on a jury, you would want them to be from Allen County because they're like, just so they're like, they're not they're not naive, they're not oblivious, they're like, they know that corruption exists, and it's a good demographic as far as like across the board. Like, it's, white, black, green, whatever. That's the inside. I'm trying to get you guys like some views.
Lana was filming earlier. She's like, they're in there taking a crime scene evidence collection class. I said, oh my God, we should sign Holman up.
Aren't they? Look at that. Isn't it pretty?
That's a beautiful courthouse. It really is.
Yeah. So my vibe is that it was really encouraging, like you said. I was asking bartenders, servers, if they knew about the case. They, at the bare minimum, they heard about the case. They don't know anything about it. And they thought that, oh my God, my mom, look at it, still. They thought it was somebody got killed on some railroad tracks.
Okay.
I let this girl try to explain what she heard. She's like, oh my God, I was waiting on tables tonight. It's the first time I've ever heard about this case. And it was like, I guess, 2 guys, and they killed 2 girls or 1 girl, and they were on some railroad tracks. They're like, I don't know anything about it. Like, I was just listening to my table talk about it. So, yeah.
I think that's a good thing. I guess we're so like saturated with news about it. I guess it makes sense that Gull doesn't know anything about it either.
Oh, I asked the bartenders if they ever served Gull up a nice little cocktail. They don't even know who she is.
Oh, wow.
Grandma Gull, nobody knows. These are my 2 pumpkins for Libby and Abby. I'm carving them. We're going to put those out. Let's see what I got in here.
So are you staying in the park, or?
Oh, yeah, I'm just living in the park. No, I got like...
DP, don't ask. Don't worry about it.
I got like
what is back there?
DJ equipment, speakers, megaphones, Then I got my case file on. Oh, here you go.
Oh, you getting arrested for sure.
And then I got, what do I got over here? I came prepared. Let's see what's on this side. Oh.
Lana, one of our viewers says, how many binders you got with you, Lana? Oh, there they are.
This is the Delphi case file here. So this straight up came, like, I started this back in 2022. It has, these are all the juror pamphlets. Everything is color coordinated. You name it, we got it.
Do you have your scanner with you? Your overhead projector?
Yeah, look at, there's Hector. Hector's
What is it? What is its name? Hector?
Hector.
Yeah, Hector the projector.
Hector.
Yeah. This is the travel kit, so like everywhere I'm supposed to go that I just change things on the drop of a dime. This is a board I've created, so everywhere that I go, lawyers, anybody that's important to the case, and then I'm stringing them out to like, write like little Idaho here or little like Indiana here. But it's to get signed. This is the travel thing. Yeah, so, just your average tailgate. I don't even know, 2 speakers plus soundboards. Got a couple chairs. Got my Nancy Grace table. I got some Kleenex, in case we have an accident or something.
What is the Nancy Grace table? That sounds interesting.
Oh, she pops up. You know how she does like the pop-ups?
Yeah, and lies. Or then reports. Ryan Kohlberger. Ryan Kohlberger. His eyes.
I got a basketball in case if somebody wants to see that they could take me on.
Try to hoop?
Trying to hoop. I got a laptop. I don't even know. Got my leftovers. Just a normal day here in the park. Got my hotel. Just being like, when you coming to bed, girl?
What kind of food you got there? What is that?
I was just about to ask. It looked good.
I got some salmon. My viewers were so kind. They like cashed at me. They're like, have drinks on me, have food on me. I said, I'm not having tacos tonight, but thank you.
Why don't they cash out me? I want some money. Cash out DB. I'm just kidding. When I think Allen County, when I think Fort Wayne, Indiana, I think fresh fish.
Fresh salmon. Wait, what?
When I think Fort Wayne, Indiana, I think fresh fish.
Oh, okay.
For
Yeah.
sure.
It's in season.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, the Wabash. I'm sure they got something out there.
Lana, are you going to be in Delphi for the whole trial?
No, I'm going to Florida for a little bit.
Okay.
I gotta get my tan on for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be. Well, I was trying to get somebody to do like a 2-day. Like I can come. I was gonna give myself. Like I'll do 2 or 3 days a week, and somebody else do 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean?
Where are you
Like.
going?
Oh, I wanted to check something out. I gotta check something out. This homeless man. I gotta give him some money if he's over here. So I said I would.
Oh, we're really in it here, huh?
Huh?
We're really in it here. I feel like we're really on the ground, exploring
It's
and
like
getting ready for
VR.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm there. I love it.
Yeah. He was really kind. He was riding on his bike, and I was like, "Hey, are you gonna be a juror tomorrow?" And he's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." You know, I was just asking anybody everything. There was. Are you guys performing tonight? Okay. Oh, a wedding. Okay. Those are fun.
Well, I don't think there's
Where's the
anybody
maid
more
of honor?
opposite in the world than me. Of me,
Why? Say why?
just be kind to strangers.
Yeah, I was just like, looked like they were ready to party.
Locking my doors. Don't look at me.
I guess he's not. He's on the. He was right here before, but it's called the Headwater District. So you have the court annex building, you have the police department. You have. I mean, it's super quiet. I mean, this place seems like it's Key West. Key West is like one of like the safest places in the country to live. I lived there. I loved it. The worst thing that ever happens in Key West is a bike gets stolen. But yeah, there's nothing going on. I mean, it's so quiet. It's crazy.
I think the violent crime incident rate in Fort Wayne is a little bit higher than Key West, statistically. But I mean, I wouldn't go. I think there's a couple bikes that get stolen there. I'm not saying it's a bad place. There's definitely.
Well, I'm trying to get in trouble, and I can't even get in trouble over here. What's that? Okay, Marquis. Okay, what's up? Like, I mean, it is a Sunday, I guess, but here, I'll ask them. Hey, guys. Do you guys know where there's any open bars at this time? Oh, it's open? Yeah. Is it the underground? Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Thank you so much. Sign me up. All right. Okay. That's like literally like it's like the basement. This place is really cute though. So
yeah.
I saw two. What was it? I saw Fox. I saw ABC, and that's it. Nobody else. Nobody else was. Yeah. There's a bunch of pink ribbons. I thought maybe it was for Abby and Libby, but it's for breast cancer.
We're all very jealous of the level of extroversion you're displaying right now.
Seriously, it's like so awesome.
Oh, you guys, that's like me.
Oh no, we're all completely antisocial over here.
We're all very
really?
Yeah. We're just extremely fixated on this case, and otherwise, lack eye contact, and it's not a great look, but we are here.
Really? Well, I'm trying to think what else happened today. Some guy flicked me off on the freeway.
Okay.
I think I kind of was going a little left, but let's see. There's no metal barriers, like there's nothing up. They're not, unless they plan on getting out there like at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time people are planning on getting there.
Oh, it's interesting. They don't feel the need to box the jurors in Allen County, where they're all going to be gathered for jury selection, but they have to block them in Carroll County. It's like a little bit silly.
That's what I have a question about, is when they show up, are they showing up just walking in the door, showing like their piece of paper to like cut everybody in line? I don't know how that's going to work, but maybe there's like a different door, but I was told that all exit points and entry points are closed except for the main entrance.
Did you see the video of the fence in Carroll County, Lana?
No.
Oh, girl.
What's it look
It's
like?
weird.
They just have
You
like
guys
chain
wanna-
link
Do you
fence
guys want
set
to go to
up.
a party? Like they're gonna have a party down there. I can go ask all these people questions if they know about the Delphi case. I asked, okay, how can you be a single mom or like a mom period and be on the jury and like leave your family for 5 weeks?
It'd be hard.
Oh yeah, they don't want. Yeah, they don't want that.
So I don't understand how that's gonna work. So I thought about it. And I'm like, are there gonna be way more males on this jury than normal because of like people getting out for financial reasons or economic reasons? And
It's gonna be hard.
I didn't bring 600 pamphlets. I was really just honing in on 125 that we would get through. We might have to get these people to make some extra copies. I want to see this fence though. Like, what's up?
Okay, I wonder, can I show it, DV, on
Yeah, I don't see why not.
or I'll text it to you, Lana.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Hi, Hammy.
It's just like outside of Carroll County, there courthouse. There's just a bunch of portable looking chain link fences, and they have like some black fabric over it so that it's acting like a concealment and a barrier for people. And it goes all the way out to the road. So we're guessing that that's how they're going to have the jurors and have Richard Allen come in and out every day.
I can't believe I struggle to understand why they're just not having it here.
It's crazy to me. Well, they say that they wanted it, where it was held, but then they have the jury and veneer where they bring people in from Allen County, and it just makes it way more expensive because then you have all these people that are taking the day off and then are going to be traveling down and they have to stay there. And it's just bizarre. I wonder how much that has played into some of the budget decisions they're making otherwise.
Well, those juror questionnaires cost them $2,700 just to mail out and be received back.
And they had to do that twice.
Did they?
Yeah, they had to do it back in April or whatever.
So six G's. All right.
Jeez.
Well, that's just awesome. What else?
I heard you earlier on your show, Lana, say that you had a source on the DNA IgG stuff saying that it was used.
100%. It was used. Like they went ahead and tried. They did it. They got $20,000 was the budget that was spent. And so I'm curious if that's going to be discoverable. Did the defense get that? Because clearly, I think the names that would have went back to would be interesting.
Lana, can you put your face a little closer to your microphone, ma'am? You're a little faint.
I turned you down too. I'll turn you back up.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, there was a police.
We had some police activity. So wait, you're talking about IgG for Delphi?
Yeah, they did IgG for Delphi back. I think it was a couple years ago. Like, what was it? What's this? 2024. It was done. When did they all go to CrimeCon?
They go every year. Probably 2019, right? Or 2020.
Well, whatever the Vegas year was, when that happened, when CrimeCon was, I think it was in Vegas, right? Was it in Vegas a couple years ago?
2022.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was when they did this. So it was before that. Obviously, before the arrest of Richard Allen, IgG was used. 20 grand was what they spent, and my source, very, very good source, and I'm interested to know or find out if that, like, what trees would it come back to? Because normally you're going to get a couple different names because it's just extensions. Like normally you just don't have one name and here, go look at this. It'd be like a family or multiple people in that family. So it could be like, here are these males from this, So I'm just curious to see if that was discoverable, if they had to turn that over, if they fought it, if what came about it. But they spent 20 grand on it, and the DNA 100% is not Richard Allen's. So. And
so with Kohlberger, I think what they spent was around $9,000 to is that right? Do you recall?
Yeah, it was like, it was like seven or nine. Yeah, But
So that was
that
enough.
was for the lab work. That was for the but that's like the lab work in it because it's different. And then it
Right.
kind of we don't know the rest of it because the FBI would have to turn over that information.
Of
So
course.
that would be.
So did the FBI? So in Coburger, the FBI is the holder of the IGG info, right? But in Delphi, it would be the ISP, probably, right?
Yeah, whoever they, employed for that. And
So
I think for whatever reason they're not being honest about that, and I don't know why. It was like a big like hush hush and just like, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I was told that a certain family and a family member didn't want IgG being used, and this DNA, I would not be surprised if it was in somebody.
Interesting.
That's wild.
So is that going to come in? You think it has to?
I would be saying something about it.
Right.
It was a big point of like, it was almost like we don't want anybody to know that we're gonna go this route. And then when we saw the money come out, like as far as like the budget with this case, and
right.
Once I saw that, I was like, see, boom, because I knew that before that, and then once that came out, when they disclosed the money and where it was being spent, and I saw that I was like, holy shit! I was like, wow. It wasn't like I doubted my source, but it was like just to see it there in black and white, I was like, damn.
Well, and we know. I mean, I talked to a local fireman two days ago, and heard this for years. But he said if you were between the age of 20 and 50 and you were a white man local, they were dragging you in and taking your DNA. I mean, they took thousands of DNA samples early on. Like,
who said that? Like for this case?
Yeah. Just a local firefighter guy.
A local source.
Okay, yeah. I have a question for you guys. So this would be ballsy, but if Richard Allen worked at the CVS, right? And everybody usually goes to CVS for like something occasionally, right?
Yeah, I go there for old protein bars to see if they're on discount.
There you go. I go there for cards at the last minute when I'm like, oh shit, there's a wedding. I'm heading to
right, there you go.
I got to get my card. So my question is would you, as the defense, ask people like the Sarahs and the Betsies and anybody that's going to be taking the stand that would have been there that day, would you say, do you see the guy that you saw that day in this courtroom today?
You absolutely ask him that. He's never been identified in a lineup.
Never. Yeah.
Right? So So people thought I was nuts for saying that, but I'm like, no, the reason that you want to say this is because I think every single witness is going to say no. The guy that I saw that day, I did not see in the courtroom. And how powerful would that be? And then but I think that the way to lead up to that question though is you ask them, are you from Delphi? Have you ever been to the CVS? Because if you've ever been to that CVS and you were one of those people, you would have seen that man behind that counter every time that you were getting whatever it is that you're getting, right? And you never said to yourself, holy shit, that looks like the dude that I saw that day on wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you would go to the police and you would say like, hey, I wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. I was the girl that you guys did the sketch with. Hey, the guy that I saw, I swear he looks like the guy that works at CVS. That is nowhere to be found in anything. And I would just think that if those people were going in and out of CVS over the course of all these years, and you can ask them, had they ever been to CVS? Did they go there frequently?
Right.
Then
well, here's something too, Lana, on the DNA thing that I think if you haven't heard this, it'll be really good for you to think about at trial. So the first prosecutor, Robert Ives, said in an interview one time that the way they may catch this guy is he commits another crime.
Uh-huh.
So to me,
you're going off of the DNA.
Yeah, it's a CODIS hit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it does seem like that kind of supports that there would be. Is that guy bringing you food right there? That looks good. Oh, never mind.
I'll ask him. Are you here for Delphi? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I'm sorry, honey.
He's I'm here for DoorDash.
Had to. That was for you.
Yeah, so it's thank you. So it seems like early on, at least, that was the theory. Then it evaporates as soon as you get to Richard Allen's arrest. I mean, it just kind of unscaffolds that's a thing that's built around the case.
I think a lot of things actually just kind of like everybody forgot about what has gone on. You know, leading up to that point, it was like another happened. I'm just like, you guys, it's not how investigations work. Like you just don't get to not. There's these defense attorneys. You guys, they are 100% able to use cross-examination to get that door opened up, to ask questions. And I'm sorry, it's gonna come out. Hey, Anna, who was your daughter dating at the time of the murder? Like that's how you get stuff out. It's gonna come all out in cross-examination.
Objection.
If you're a good attorney, if you're a good litigator, mixed with if you have the knowledge and the resources of that, you know this case, you will be able to cross-examine like none other. And I know that they know this case because of the Franks. Those Franks motions are so detailed to the point that whoever is their investigators, they did a really good job. They know this case. They went through everything with the fine comb, and that is so valuable for cross-examination.
So when you were one of the people who followed the Kohberger case and this case pretty closely, and I'm interested in both cases. And a lot of people here in the Delphi zeitgeist are really not as interested or think that Kohberger case is done, like it's solved. But I see a lot of parallels between the cases when it comes to a reverse engineering of a suspect.
Yes.
And I think that somehow they got to Richard Allen. They might have found this old tip and they needed to make it work. And just like this DNA tip, the IgG tip from the FBI in Kohberger case, they end up having to go back and make everything kind of fit. So do you see that same kind of parallel?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing is that what man who would be bloody and muddy all over is going to the next day call in and say, oh, I was there. If you thought that you could have been seen by all these people, you're not calling up the police and putting yourself in. Nobody knew that you were there. You're not going to get caught. There's nothing there. Like, why would Richard Allen ever in 1,000,000 years do that?
Yeah, that's something you said earlier today when I was listening to you on your drive down there. I feel like a kind of a creepy stalker, but I mean, I'm a fan, so what can I say?
Yeah. But that's like to think about that. And then when you think about this, I believe that this crime was committed. If you want to say Richard Allen was involved, okay, sure. Because I don't believe that one person was. So that means Richard Allen doing this with other people thought that he could then, I'm going to go ahead and say I was there. That is absolutely absurd. That is absolutely absurd. You would never, no criminal mind person calls up the police who's been doing, weird ass shit all their lives and now they finally got caught or something. No, they don't call up the police or go to the police and say, oh, hey, I was on the bridge. I was doing this. I was doing that. And then people can say, oh, they didn't know if they had a video of him. That's why he did it. It's like, are you kidding me? No, nobody does that. Nobody does it. And then how about this? Nobody in a police department force loses that type of a lead.
Because you remember it. You can't lose something that important in your brain.
In a place that has 3,000 people, like, this doesn't just fall through the cracks because you think people are just beating down the door to go to the police and say that I was there and oh, hey, just wanted to come forward and let you know that I was there. Let me know if I can give any help to, like, why? I mean, how do we even know? I cannot wait to find out how that truly transpired with all of that. Like Richard Allen going, I want to hear about, that's something that's really, really interesting to me.
I think the 300 North thing that you bring up, the road that he walked down, is really, really important for people to think about, because some people will say, well, yeah, that he went to the police before they seen the picture publicly of Bridge Guy. Yeah. But if he fucking was muddy and bloody and walking down a country highway, he would have never, there's no way he would never have came forward.
Why would you ever do that? And then everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, like I saw this guy that was bloody and muddy and he was just a short little fucker, fat and you know what I mean? Come on. Like, who believes this shit?
Are you negging Richard Allen? He's a nice guy.
I just, where's people's common sense, man?
Yeah, it's all here. We have 153 people with common sense here, thankfully.
Yeah, see, like, no, not these people. I'm saying like people here. I'm so happy that everybody that I met and talked to, nobody was like, oh yeah, I know about that case. That dude, that killer, like I didn't hear that once. Not once. And then I reminded Fox to be unbiased, fact-driven, keep it fair.
Yeah, when Courtney and I went to Delphi, we walked from the cemetery to where the girls were dropped off. That's about as far as we made it before we hitched a ride with somebody driving by. Because
you were scared?
It was like snowing and freezing, and Courtney was wearing like sock boots. Oh, there she is. Speak of the devil. And
okay.
But we made it like, it's a long walk and you are exposed. Like you are exposed. There's no tree line. People are like, oh, he could have walked by the tree line. They didn't say that he walked by the tree line. There's no tree line to walk by. He was, if their story is if they want us to believe this story that this guy walked muddy and bloody down you're basically in the road. It makes no
100
no sense. Nobody is going to do
100.
That. Like,
yep, 100. And then, you know, but then when you go back to the facts of these cases, like, I'm sorry, but how come this bullet wasn't in Ron Logan's PCA?
Oh, because the FBI wrote that PCA, and they don't think that unspent rounds can be matched off a single point comparison. So they would never put that in that PCA.
So think about that.
Yeah, it's huge.
Think about that. That wasn't even like. What I think is going to be great is when they ask the question of where were the girls' bodies? Whose property? Okay. Did you meet with the property owner? Okay. And how did you ever, was he ever a suspect? You know, and that's going to come out. Okay. And where did he tell you he was during the time of, you know, the abduction and the kidnapping and then the murder? Where did he say he was? You know, when that all comes out, because that's going to come out in court, to hear that somebody lied, got somebody to lie for them for an alibi. You know, Ron Logan isn't here, you know, to talk about this. But what about the guy that actually gave the alibi? Is he still around? Because is there a chance that we hear from him? Is there a chance that the defense calls him? Just for the mere fact to say that Ron Logan asked you to lie for him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could. Yeah, and that all of that is like outlined in the Ron Logan PCA. I don't know though, like since that was an FBI authored PCA, I don't know what it would look like bringing that. I don't know. I know that Nick is, someone in the chat said Nick is going to object 8 million times to all of that.
All of what?
Anything to do with.
He could object all day, but that's part of the investigation. You cannot object to investigative questions.
Right.
And during your investigation, where were the girls' bodies found? Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. To get right.
Right.
Like, that's going to... Okay, what property? Okay. And did you talk to who's the property owner? Okay. And did you talk to him? Yeah. And then, now, of course, you had to probably rule him out, right? Mm-hmm. How did you do that? Did he have an alibi? Well, wasn't he arrested? You know, that's how that's all going to happen, but that's how that comes out. You know, it comes out that this man was lying. At the end of the day, Richard Allen can only defend himself by proving reasonable doubt. And
Yeah.
reasonable doubt comes by hardcore, awesome cross-examination when you're just destroying their case. You have to attack their case and shred it to show that, like, wow, what the fuck? Like, it could have been this. Wow, they got why would anybody lie to you like that? Like, why? Oh, he only lied because Richard or Logan's not there to say, I only lied because I didn't want to get in trouble for my, probation. Nobody can testify to that except
Right.
for who?
Right.
The police officers. And then you go to town on them.
Right. And knowing how spectacularly the investigators have already fallen apart under even like the most basic cross-examination in their depositions, I mean, it makes sense why they don't want this televised. Like, they don't want, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. They have a lot to answer to, and I don't think that they have good answers.
Yeah. And so I think everything that they want to bring into this case, they will be able to get through on cross-examination. And they're not, I don't care how many times Nick says, objection. What is your objection?
Right.
What's, whatever. There is no objection to that. That's why I think Nick is going to try to keep this. He thinks he's going to try to narrow scopes down. Buddy, this is cross-examination.
Mm-hmm.
Look the other, like, sit there and pant like a little dog.
Yeah.
But we're going to town here.
Spin and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to town here on your fucking little case. And guess what? Every time that they do object and it is, sustained, guess what? Those are appealable because that's discretion.
Right.
Like, yeah, keep making that record.
Yeah.
But this is disgusting. I'm here because of the disgust that I've seen. I'm here because I listened to the jurors in the Karen Reed case, and I couldn't believe their answers to these interview questions.
Yep.
Nobody knows what reasonable doubt is. Like, it's like nobody knows that, hey, this person is innocent until they prove their case for this person to be the this is what happened.
Yeah.
There isn't this, you get to go into a deliberating room and start making up your own scenarios. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And once you start doing that, though, then it's like, now you're proving reasonable doubt because you're over here creating things, which means that they didn't sell you on their motherfucking narrative, which means there is reasonable doubt to all this other stuff.
I think what he'll probably do, having seen how he behaves in other settings, I think, and how he behaves in his motions, I think that he will probably be sorely disappointed at how differently the judge treats him, hopefully. I don't believe that she's going to coddle him in the same way that she has in front of a jury. At least I hope not. But I suspect a lot of his objections will be based on, like, you already eliminated this out. You already, those are sidebar materials, though. So he'll have to say sidebar. So, he's going to say, Your Honor, sidebar, please. Your Honor, sidebar, please. Yeah, and that's going to be annoying AF.
It's not, he can just go, Your Honor, objection. He's going to have to say, Your Honor, can we meet at sidebar? Your Honor, can we meet? That's because he can't go, Your Honor, objection. We said that we weren't going to talk about this.
Right. Well, but see, he's never done this before.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Never done this before.
Yeah.
And I think that what will hopefully happen after 5 weeks is like, because she's used to 4-day death penalty cases. Judge Gull is used to getting things wrapped up quickly. You're guilty, but when you walk in her courtroom, pretty much. And this is not gonna be a 4-day trial like she's used to. They're gonna take all 5 weeks, and it might take longer, but I feel like she's gonna get, I don't know. I have very low expectations of her, and I don't know. I think it will be harder for her to continue to be as blatantly biased over a 5-week period. She's already getting hammered on the internet, more so than she's probably ever gotten in her life. And that's not to say that it's nothing compared to what it should be, but like, oh, there she goes. But everyone thank Lana. Go to Lana's channel. I think DB linked it, but I'll link it again. But yeah, I don't have like extremely high hopes. I just have to like hold out some hope that she will also get exhausted by the state and their bullshit. Here's Lana's channel, everybody. Make sure you go check her out. She is going to be reporting on jury selection tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate y'all. No pancake. Gull will be frustrated. I'm hoping she does get frustrated because she's only had very small increments of Nick McClellan in the state. Latrell is the most likable, and that's not saying much. Nick and Dean are drip condescension and not in the fun way. I believe that. I had to take a 2-month break from Judge Gull. That's fair. I told Court to wear good socks and a parka, and she said, "What's a parka?" Oh, you mean when she came to visit, or when we went to Delphi? She did bring a parka. Thank God for your parka too, Courtney, because you didn't have your jacket was not going to cut it, I don't think. I don't know how Gull can come off being fair and unbiased in front of the jury. Yeah, Dean, I think that, so this is her, she wanted to have the jury come from Allen County. So these are her constituents. This is her jury. And I just feel like, I don't know. I'm very curious as to what it's going to be like now. I think it's ridiculous that they're having the trial in Carroll County. Courtney says, I don't have clothes for 20 degrees. It's not even a real temperature. How many days do Rosie and Baldwin get hit with contempt? I don't know. All of them? Auntie Bev put on a sideshow for the KR jury. Super fake nice. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Can somebody do an experiment with their phone? Put it on record and in your pocket. Oh, Courtney's done this. And it was clear as day. She put it in her pocket, in her leggings, I think. And she basically walked around and said that you could hear pretty much like every word. I'm pretty sure. If I'm getting that wrong, Court, let me know. I'm pretty sure that's what you said. We should watch Chooch's You're Out of Order. Okay, let's do that while we wait for Lana. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all tonight. I'm not feeling great physically. Have like really low energy tonight. So I really appreciate DB and Lana coming on and just shooting the shit with us and being awesome. Lana says she's going to show the courtroom from the rooftop. Every time someone says Rosie's name, I think they're talking to me. That's fair. Yeah, so I'm going to kill some time here. Courtney, why? Not that I need a reason to show Chooch, but, Courtney. Oh, my God. This is a great YouTube channel. If y'all are not following it, you should definitely give it a follow. It's pretty funny. I don't know if you've never heard of it. It's a nice little androgynous blob. Which one, Court? This one. You're right. Why not? Here we go. Oh, wait, shit. I gotta share my screen. Has anyone seen Injustice for All with Al Pacino? You're about to. You're about to see a better version.
Is to see that the guilty people... The intention of justice is to see that the guilty people are proven guilty and that the innocent are freed. Justice for all. Both sides want to win. We want to win regardless of the truth, and we want to win regardless of justice. And ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the prosecution is not going to get that man today. No. Because I'm going to get him. My client, the Honorable Henry T. Fleming, should go right to fucking jail. The son of a bitch is guilty. That man is guilty. That man is a slime. He is a slime. If he's allowed to go free, then something really wrong is going on. Mr. Strickland, you are out of order. You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial is out of order. They're out of order. That man, that crazy, depraved man, and he'd like to do it again. He told me so. It's just a show. It's a show. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. You son of a bitch. You're supposed to stand for something. You're supposed to protect people, but instead you fucking murder them. You killed McCullough. You killed him. Hold it. Hold it. I just completed my opening statement.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. She says, I chose the wrong moment to turn up the sound. Oh my God. What else do we got? We want to do one more? Maybe I'll do one more. This one's pretty good. This is a classic. Y'all, I don't feel good. Thank you for watching. Oh, this is the Choo Choo Crime Tube channel. How do I link it? Choo Choo's a hero. Yes, Hammy. He will get to wear street clothing. I believe. That's the word, but who knows? They do weird shit there. So I believe that he will be. He should be. Y'all.
Been 11 days since the bodies of Libby and Abby were discovered in the woods off a trail in a park not far from here. And even though city, county, state, and federal law enforcement are all working out of this command center here in Delphi, this case still belongs to Carroll County Sheriff Toby Lesenby. What a fox! And he says he is so grateful for the tremendous resources.
It's unlike anything this county has ever seen. I've been in it for 30 years. I've never seen this in my career, but it's positive. There's a lot of energy going in and out of that building. Unlike any other case, possibly in the state of Indiana, not to take away from anybody else's case, but this one is, as you said, a high priority.
But as those tips come in and are checked out, the sheriff says don't expect to hear too much from law enforcement.
When we're at the end of the day with this, we're going to end up in this building over here at our county courthouse with this case.
Really?
And so from our perspective, obviously, we have to make sure we've got it right.
What they don't have yet is a suspect in custody. Sheriff Tobe Lazenby heads the investigation.
Seems like it's been going on a long time without a suspect.
Right.
Sheriff, is this case cold?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
Big Fish has a special request for today is not the day. God, the sniffing. Blah.
But today is different. because I do not want there to be any confusion or ambiguity with what I will say. Today is not a day to celebrate. I am proud to report to you that today, actually last Friday, was the day. You know, I always have a personal perspective, and today's no different. This is really important. While I know you are all expecting final details today, today is not that day. Today's not that day. The time will come when additional details can be released. But again, today is not that day. These are the folks that have committed their entire lives to a successful conclusion.
I believe in a God of justice and righteousness. Thank you.
There are many dates in a lifetime that you're going to remember. One of those dates was last Friday, October 28, 2022. But right now is not that day. We encourage everybody to continue to call in tips, not only about Richard Allen, but about any other person that you may have. And keep in mind, we are not going to talk about the evidence that we have in this case or about the charging information. We cannot. Those things have been sealed by the court.
And today's not the time to do that.
Can you talk about how rare it is?
Well, eventually you'll be able to see what led us to this day. But again, today's not that day. That today was the day, but I didn't anticipate they ever thought today would be their day.
While all cases are important, the nature of this case has some extra scrutiny with it. Again, he's presumed innocent. We're not going to comment on that right now as part of the investigation. That's a hard question to answer.
That concludes our press conference today.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Lana, we love you so much. Thank you so much. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I cannot wait for your coverage. You're a hero. You're a scholar. You're a reverend. All things. Stevie, what else is it? Oh my God. That made me laugh so hard. Thanks for watching Chooch with me. All I needed that. Here he is again, sending out the really important links tonight. And how was sensational. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. So I'm probably going to end. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. We got to get Lana up here really quick before we end. Whoop. How do I invite? Okay. Get back up here, Mama. Yes, ma'am. Oops. Not yet. Oh my God, my key is going rogue again. It was like not doing that for a few days. It only does it when I'm live. Yes.
All right. This is the Delphi experience, okay?
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay, let me try this.
Are you locked out?
No.
Okay.
No, it's one of these games. Okay. What is this?
Oh my God, what is it?
It's the box. It's the box that keeps giving. So this will be all set up here.
Yes.
And it will straight up overlook the swingers bar right there. It's like literally, I asked for this specific room. Right there where the black awning is, that goes down to a basement.
Wow.
That's where I'm headed.
Nice.
Then the Gull, I got eyes all over you.
Wow, it's so pretty.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah. Who'd have thought so much evil would live there?
Yeah. And then like we're just gonna I don't even know what this stuff is. But I want to know why I don't have drinks made. I got no sexretaries. Like, what the fuck, man? I thought this was going to be bumping.
It's so quiet there.
Dude, I'm going to get kicked out.
You better don't get kicked out until after you do jury selection and then go buck wild.
Yeah, I'm about to go find out what's going on in the swingers bar. I'll report. I'm going to ask anybody if they have a questionnaire, and I'll pay them for their questionnaire. That's the only reason I'm going there.
Perfect.
So yeah, isn't it? I mean, it's beautiful. It's a really nice place. I have nothing but love here.
I love that.
Lana, on your way. That's funny. I'm gonna call down the lobby and see if they'll come up here and fluff my pillows. Do they do that? Like, what the fuck? Can you guys bring me up something to drink? Where's my friends?
It's so quiet.
There's no fucking phone in here.
There's no phone.
Dude, where's my phone? No, you guys, this is hilarious. I was like, oh my God, I gotta call the front desk. There's no phone. Like, this is why people get murdered.
You don't have a phone in your room at all?
No.
I don't like that.
Dude, where's the phone? Can someone where?
Maybe it's in the bathroom.
Phone. No phone. The bathroom?
I don't know. Where else would it be?
You guys, they don't have phones, so this is why people would get murdered in this.
Did you look under the bed? Did you look in the
Okay. What the? I mean, under the bed, sure, we can go there.
I don't know. It's
guys,
weird not to have a phone.
Gonna work out.
Do they just assume everyone has cell phones?
I don't know what they're assuming.
Everyone's like in the bathroom. I don't know.
This is wild.
Yellow says, yeah, check the
Okay, I gotta go down there and ask them what's going on. I'm gonna see if they sell us any alcoholic beverages either.
Lena, I love you. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Go to bed.
So much.
Hey, peace out, Delphi. We're coming for that ass.
Bye.